Hey, hey, hey. Hi, everyone, on this happy Friday. This is Tina, the Keto Coach, with Friday Night Treats with Tina. How is everyone today? Yes, we are getting ready for this holiday season and fastly upon us, which is next week, is Thanksgiving or Family Celebration Day, or however you choose to position it or name it. We're going to have a whole lot of fun. So I'm going to make this short, quick, and sweet for you all because it is the holiday season as far as I'm concerned, and I love this time of the year. Just also want to say thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for all your support, your comments, your shares, your likes, your hearts, and all of that stuff. Well, I did it wrong. Your hearts and all of that stuff. Yes, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Love you all. Love you all. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, my Instagram family. Somebody's waving at me. Hey, hello. Thanks for tuning in. Love you, love you. Yes, indeed. So today it's going to be quick, fast, and easy. We're going to make some keto cranberry sauce. All it is simple cranberry sauce. I like my cranberry sauce regular, plain. I don't want all kinds of flavorings and spices and stuff in it. I want to keep it cute, quick, and simple. And I'm going to show you how to do that today. Yes, I did like the cranberry sauce. We all grew up with the ones in the can and everything, the jilted kind. I love that. But of course, since we're keto, we're not going to do that. I haven't had that in years, because it has not only a lot of sugar, but it has a lot of corn syrup and stuff, which is definitely, those two things are not good for you. You don't want to put that in the lovely body that you have, that you're trying to improve and make well and make better. That's for sure. Also, I just wanted to remind you, after this broadcast, you may want to go ahead and look at my description so you can see all of my links. You can have access to me for maybe buy me a cup of coffee or something like that. Or I'm having a seminar that's coming up in January, and I have everything, even prices and all of that stuff there. So feel free to check that out. And those of you that are business owners, that are coaches, I am using Pinsight to do these things. Very nice company, very good product. So if you all are coaches, feel free to click the second link if you want to check it out as a business owner and sign up. And yes, I do get a little funds for that, little kickback. And once you sign up for it, you can do the same too. Yes, so that's important to know. Everybody's trying to get a little finances together, especially since the holidays are the holidays are truly here, as I said. So other than that, thank you so much. Once we finish, you can go ahead and check that out, and definitely like, share, comment, and maybe give me some suggestions and ideas for what you'd like to see me cook here on Friday Night Treats with Tina the Keto Coach. Well, first of all, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you. I have some beautiful cranberries. I bought a bag, stuck them in the freezer. Aren't they gorgeous? And they're kind of big. I was a little nervous because I made something else a while back. I think a couple of shows back I made this little orange cranberry thing, muffins and stuff. But they came out good. So I was like, ooh, these are kind of large. So they're still a little frozen. I'm going to put this in here. And I didn't even really measure this because it's not even necessary to really do that. And so since these are frozen, there's already some water content that's in here already. And I'm just going to add 2 little tablespoons of water. That's it. Well, no, not really. That's not it. And I'm going to go ahead and add me some keto-friendly sweetener. I happen to be using this one, which is pretty good. Let me add some of that, about a tablespoon or 2. And you can always liken this to your own taste. Some people like the cranberry sauce a little bit more, let's say, tart. Some people like it a little sweet. Cranberries are naturally tart on their own anyway. So this might be a little sweet. And I bought out my xanthan gum. I might need it. I might not need it. I don't know, but we can see. So what I'm going to do is put this on the stove. And this is real easy. Be right back. Let me put this up here on my stove. Yep, I'm still here. And I'm going to break this up. And go ahead and let this do its thing, And it's quick, simple, and easy. For sure. This might take about a good 10 minutes or so. But other than that, of course, since I'm here live, I can't really answer any questions on the fly. But one thing, the holiday seasons could be kind of interesting and rough for people, especially when you have all of this food around, your family and friends, sometimes a little alcohol and this and that. What do you do when you're trying to stick to your program or your plan? So for me, I think what helps me is I happen to have a lot of different food allergies anyway, so certain things I can't eat anyway. Before I was doing low carb, keto, carnivore anyway. And also it's a matter of my life. I don't want to go back into a diabetic mode. Don't want to do that. So basically what I have to do, I have no problem sticking to it. I've learned to say no or no thank you to people that are offering me pies and cakes and things. I even had a relative ask, do you miss eating the old stuff? I'm like, no, not at all. Because actually, the keto stuff to me, because I've adjusted, yes, there is a taste bud adjustment to this regimen. I like better. Everything tastes better to me. So I don't want to go back to that. And I like feeling good. And that's something I had prayed for. It's like I can't wait till I like the idea of feeling good instead of eating a bunch of stuff that's bad for me and then not feeling good at all and causing other long-term problems and issues. So I didn't want to do that. So therefore, I've had to learn to, gently explain to people, thank you, but I can't eat that right now. Of course, sometimes you get pushback. And sometimes you got to say, hey, I have allergies. Do you want me to have some type of episode, or do you want to put me on your insurance? And just laugh. Stuff like that. So other than that, you have to be able to look out for your health, and just say, I'm sorry, I really appreciate, or not now, or let me take that home to somebody in my family, husband, kids, whatever you have, cat, dog, mouse, whatever. I don't have to thank you so much, because sometimes people will be so insistent that you eat, and you have to tell them. It's like, I can't do that because of, you don't have to get into detail, but you just have to let them know that, that gently, that you're not going to be eating those things that everybody else in the house is eating. Even if you have to make stuff and bring your own, yes, I have gone as far as that. Because this is a matter of my life. What more? What more? So let me check these cranberries. I hear them popping right now. Yes, they are popping. I'm going to let those cook for a few minutes so you all can see that it doesn't take long at all. Yeah, but any of you that's struggling with, how to say no to family and friends when it comes to food, sometimes that's a big deal. Peer pressure. Even if people are still having them, office parties, how not to feel that you may be viewed as being antisocial. It's like, no, I'm here, I'm having fun, but, I bought my own stuff because I have the food allergies, although we know you're doing keto or carnivore or low carb. But so you have to really think things through, because you want to feel good and have energy through the season. That's for sure. Because I never forget, God rest her, a relative of mine. Wow, this hit me home. She was a nurse, and she was saying, I was telling her, well, that she had issues with weight, but she passed away a couple of years ago. I said, yeah, at work, if they're having these parties, just don't eat the stuff. Well, I don't want to appear antisocial. That stuck to me for a long time. So I'm thinking, you mean to tell me that you're risking your life and your health because you're worried about people perceiving you as being antisocial, because you know the foods that they're bringing in the office, although, yes, you like them. We all like them. We love them. But you can't eat them because it's going to cause some type of physical or medical distress or issue with you? Wow. That made me really think how the power of being able to say no to people, or no thank you, And I have one dear friend, bless her heart, you know, she always looks out for me when we have gatherings and things. Say, well, Tina, I know you're not going to have that, so I made this for you. And she will go out of her way to look up stuff to make for me. I'm like, bless her heart. That's a friend. Truly it is. But back to the relatives of my family, and unfortunately that person did lose their life to other issues that they had a couple of years ago. But that just made me really want to sit and think. That is so, see, I'm leaning in for that. You basically died to not offend somebody. That's a lot to think about. Really. That's when I start thinking of, even not just with food and other situations, being able to have self-love and self-respect. I know we say those things in theory, but are we really practicing them? Sometimes, especially for us women, it can be difficult or hard because we don't like to hurt people's feelings. But sometimes as women, we end up in situations where we're being manipulated or even intimidated in such a manner where doesn't make sense. Why are we shielding that person that's trying to hurt us? That doesn't make a lot of sense at all. So you need to be upright, speak up for yourself, and really look in the mirror. I mean, literally look in the mirror. I think I mentioned this shows before, back before. And really look at yourself and say, I love you, I care about you, and I want the best for you. I think people need to do that, and that's something that's constant work. It's not something that you're just going to grasp and get that concept. But you have to, and I think the first step is when it comes to food and the food culture, even people that are on different types of programs and lifestyles, most people, it becomes their holy grail. Be respectful, but just say no thank you, you know. And sometimes you don't even have to get into detail as to why you're not interested or you're not going to eat whatever that thing is or drink whatever that is. And people will try to peer pressure you. It's amazing. Like I was telling my little niece, peer pressure goes on throughout life, not just when you're a teenager. I mean, a lot of adults peer pressure, you know. So how are you going to combat that? Even if you get a notebook and write stuff down as to how you're going to deal with that over the holiday season. Because remember, this is your life and this is your health, and you got to do what you feel and know that is best for you. You really do. You really, really do. So you got to do that. So let me check these cranberries right now. They starting to look good. I'm digging how they look. I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of xanthan gum. So those of you that are just tuning in, you can rewind later on after I finish and see what I'm doing. I'm making keto cranberry sauce. I think some of you see a description of that, some of you may not. So I'm going to take a fourth of a teaspoon of this xanthan gum. This is a thickener. Put this on top. And I'm stirring the xanthan gum in just a little bit. You use xanthan gum the same way you would cornstarch. Of course, you don't want cornstarch if you're keto, carnivore, or whatever have you, or low carb. Xanthan gum, whereas with the cornstarch, you got to put that in cold water. The xanthan gum, you can mix it and put it in something hot or warm, but you have to watch it because it does kind of clump together. You have to be able to break it up. Let me see. Let's see what we got so far. This looks so good. Want to see? You want to see? Look at that. Look at that. I'm going to put this on the heat a little bit more so we can get more action here. And like I said, sweeten it to how you desire in your taste. I might end up sweetening this another tablespoonful because I added 2. I might add some more. But like I said, I like my cranberry sauce to taste like cranberry sauce, not orange spice. Now, some of you that like the orange spice and the vanilla extracts in it, go right ahead. You can do that. You can put like a eighth of a teaspoon or a quarter of a teaspoon of some orange extract, if you will, or put a little bit of cinnamon. I just want plain, as close as I can get to the can that we used to buy in the grocery store. That's what I want to go with my trimmings for Thanksgiving. Or even use for other things. You can add that to, if you want to make some cranberry orange cinnamon rolls, but not with the cinnamon, but cranberry orange rolls, and make a nice cream cheese frosting. See, a lot of those things, I make a lot of other things I'd like to share with y'all, but that stuff takes a lot of time. So I'm in the process of learning, relearning to edit so I can bring some of that stuff to you pre-recorded so you all can see that and everything. And I'm working on a couple of other projects in lieu of that too. So yes, the art of saying no to food, it can be difficult. So peer pressure lasts forever. You know, it lasts for a long time, so it's hard. It's hard. Let me get this sauce. Turn my fire off. I'm going to go ahead and give this a little taste. It's warm. Of course, I'm going to have it chilled and everything, so I'm just going to taste a little bit, just a little teeny bit. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and sweeten it up a little bit more for me. So this is actually over a cup of cranberries that I use. I didn't quite measure it that much. And this is fine. Me just putting the sweetener in here like so, because it's already hot. Oh, this smells so good. Feel like I have the canned one that's by the ocean. You all know who I'm talking about. And since this is mine and nobody else in the house will eat this but me anyway, even for Thanksgiving, I'm going to double dip, which I normally don't do if people are eating. I'm going to use this anyway. I'll probably use this for something else later on today. And that makes some fresher cranberry sauce probably Wednesday night or Wednesday afternoon. Taste this again. Yes, that's it. That's it. See that? Cranberry sauce. See? And like I said, don't be ashamed of bringing your own items. If you know somebody's going to have a cake, make a cake. Or make some type of a loaf and make your own keto something. And carry pieces with you inside of some type of a little thermal bag. You know, if you know people have a bunch of sodas and diet sodas, go ahead and get your, you know, that one I like that begins with a Z. It's sweetened with stevia. That's a good one. Carry that with you. And they have a great raspberry cranberry one out that's out for the holiday season, and it's delicious. I had it a couple of weeks ago. I think I'm going to get some more. But of course, I like root beer or something that tastes similar to Dr. Pepper or cream soda. You know, that's my thing. But think of things, you know, ask me a question when you go to my Pinsite link, and like, what should I be prepared for? If you know you love turkey gravy, there's ways that you can make your turkey gravy. Feel free to look on Google keto turkey gravy. How can you have that? You know, if you want potatoes and you know you can't have the potatoes, there are ways you can make keto fries, or you can make some type of mashed potato from cauliflower, but I prefer celery root. I don't see a lot of that advertised or much in grocery stores, but celery root is excellent to make something that's comparable to a mashed potato. Do that. Or if you want to add a little green to it, make, instead of cauliflower, use broccoli. You know, alternatives for your bread rolls or whatever you like. If you know you like pie or cheesecake, there are ways to make fully baked or no baked cheesecakes that are keto friendly. You know, so there are ways to think this out without stressing out. Because I remember When I was such a sugar addict, I used to really stress out this time of year, knowing that I would gain weight, knowing that I couldn't say no if somebody offered me something, but now I can. That's a tremendous blessing for me that I've been able to do that. And I'm here to help you do that as your coach and everything. So once again, just want to show you this cranberry sauce. Real easy. Let this cool down. Let it cool down before you put it in the refrigerator. I'm going to let this cool and chill. And I'm going to do something else with that later. But you can put that in a beautiful dish. Could be your thing to carry to that Thanksgiving dinner or that family dinner that you've been invited to. Be awesome, right? And also, watch your turkey, fried turkey. Everybody uses the peanut oil. You know, it's one day, okay, it's okay. But normally, see if they're using some type of alternative oil, whether it's, although this would be very expensive, real butter, olive oil, or something that can deal with a high temperature of that, you know, something like that. So it's a lot. It can be frustrating to always think and read ingredients and see what you can and can't have. It's like, for example, over the holidays, I'm going to have this a particular brand of soda that comes in a skinny bottle that a lot of people like. And at first, I told people don't get that because it has that Splenda stuff in it. But I might have one or two over the weekend because I like it. They have a fabulous, strawberry watermelon one that I like. I wouldn't have it every day. I wouldn't have it 4 or 5 times a month, but maybe on that day, just one bottle, maybe 2 bottles. That's it. That's it. So, you know, you have to gauge yourself and also see how you feel. Other than that, thank you so much. You all have a wonderful Thanksgiving or family gathering celebration that you're going to have next week. Let me know if you've made this cranberry sauce and tell me how you like it, how it tasted, or what you added different to it. You know, maybe you squeezed a little lemon in it, a little lime, add a little orange extract, a little cinnamon, or whatever. You know, let me know. I look forward to hearing from you. Once again, thank you for watching Friday Night Treats with Tina. This is Tina, the Keto Coach here. And thank you for watching. You all take care and have a safe and happy weekend and week. And if you're traveling, please be safe. Take your time. Peace. Love you all. Bye-bye.